Hey guys, so I wasn't planning on filming a video today, but I've just been sat in bed having a YouTube binge, and I was in a pretty emotional mood, but I was okay. And then I watched Dodie, Dodloddle's video called I'm a Bit Dramatic and I Love It. And it's a really good video, as per with her stuff. And it talks about, briefly, not even that heavily, about the fact that she is about to leave her family home for the last time. They're obviously selling her family home, the home that she grew up in, and she's found out that she, within the next few weeks I think, is going to have to say goodbye to that house for the last time. And as you can tell, that has hit a nerve with me, I think, and it's made me process something. It's made me process something I don't think I ever allowed myself to process. I wanted to make this video, God, like 3 years ago now, but I couldn't because it was too raw. I'm making this video 3 years on and I haven't even mentioned what it's about and I'm already crying my eyes out, so imagine this 3 years ago. It was too raw and not everyone knew the situation then, and I still don't really feel comfortable talking about the situation, but I'm going to today because I feel like I need to. Basically, almost 4 years ago, my parents decided it would be best for them to go their separate ways, and they got a divorce. I'm not going to go into that because that's personal and that's the one thing I'll never talk about on here. However, along with that, oh my god, along with that came the fact that as a family, me, my sister, my mum and my dad had lived in the same house for my entire life. I think my parents had lived there for like 20 something years by the time they left, and I'd lived there for almost 18 years. We moved out the week before my 18th birthday. Exactly a week before my 18th birthday. Oh no, before my 19th birthday. So yeah, I found out I was going to have to move out of my family home that I had lived in with my 3 favourite people in the entire world for my entire life. I'd lived there my entire life. I was going to have to leave all of my memories, my childhood, and essentially my family life. Essentially, I was going to have to leave my life as I knew it in that house. God, this is going to be a hard video to edit. Wow. So yeah, I think it was about 8 months after my parents split up, we moved out. So it was quite a long time. Within those 8 months, a lot happened. But I was still... It almost didn't feel final. It didn't feel real. It was easy to hide from the fact that it was all happening. And I think the sale of the house really finalised the fact that there was no going back. No matter how much I wanted it to be, it was never going to be the same. It was never going to be the same as it was. And it's very hard to deal with that. I think a lot of people assume that when kids get to a certain age, they'll find it easier to deal with parents splitting up and you know, they can understand what's going on, and I don't think people realise that that's actually a lot harder because you totally understand what's going on, and you're old enough to know that you have to just deal with it and it's hard. Yeah, and because it's been so long, I don't really have much to show you of my emotions at the time, which I wish I did. I wish I documented it better then. Because I just remember it being the hardest time of my life. Like, so if you think, we hadn't moved house ever in my entire life, so everything I'd ever owned was in that house. Like, there were things there that probably hadn't been moved since I was about 10. And you look around this house that's always been so familiar, and it's suddenly just 4 walls per room, and it's echoey, and it's empty, and it's cold, and it's not home anymore, and that's really difficult to deal with. I still have a note on my phone from the day that we moved out, and I remember writing this because on the day we moved out, I sat in my bedroom, and it'd been my bedroom for about 10 years, and I sat in that room and just, it was empty, and I just cried and cried, and I never wanted to leave. I just wanted to sit there for the rest of my life and not deal with anything. I just wanted everything to go back to normal and be okay. So the note on my phone, this is from the 13th of November 2014, and all it says is, I really don't want to leave. I'm currently a mess on the floor in my empty, echoing bedroom. I don't want to ever move from this spot. I also have a note because I wanted to make this video for so long, and I just haven't really had the guts to do it because it's very personal and I don't feel like a lot of people can relate to it. So I've had this go around my head for a while. It's probably good that I'm getting it out, to be fair. But I made a note more recently. So this was on the 2-year anniversary. I was obviously thinking about it around the 2-year anniversary. And this note says, it felt like someone had died and I wasn't wrong. With the move out of my house, things did die and get left behind. My childhood, my happy family of 4, the perfect bubble I was living in for my entire life, and a lot of my happiest memories. A large part of me will always live in that house, and most of it I will never be able to get back. I spent the next year feeling homeless. Yes, I had a roof over my head, 2 in fact, but I didn't have a home. They say home is where the heart is, but my heart was still at home at 170. It was the hardest time of my life, and something I wish I knew would have been that difficult. It just made everything feel final. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like this hasn't really made sense, this video. It's just been a lot of me getting my feelings out. But essentially what I want to say is, Dodie, I feel you. I feel your pain. 2 and a bit years later, I'm still like this, which I think shows just how painful and hard it can be. I sometimes drive past 170, the house, my home, and I've not driven past it yet, and not looked, and felt this sad feeling. And I feel like it's an old friend that I can't talk to anymore. Whenever I drive past, I feel like I should be able to just get my keys out and let myself in and walk in and see my parents in the kitchen welcoming me home from school. And I think it's hard to accept that that's never going to happen again. However, as negative as this video has been, and as emotional as this video has been, moving out of that house was the best thing that could have happened. I'm glad neither of my parents stayed there. I'm glad they both had fresh starts. It's really helped me come to terms with the situation. And, you know, it's a good thing. It's good. It's just hard. And most of the time it doesn't bother me at all. I hardly even think about it, but obviously occasionally I do. That house will always be a massive part of me and my entire childhood. Every memory I have of my childhood links to that house. So I will never forget it. And it actually means so much to me that although my YouTube background, my normal YouTube background, is probably just a bit of a blur to you, I have 2 Polaroids on there, and one is of the number that was on the wall outside our house, and one is the house itself. And I will keep those Polaroids with me forever. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'm going to stop crying, and I'm going to blow my nose, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be fine. I feel a lot better for getting this out. I feel like this has been inside my head for over 2 years now, which is not healthy. Always talk about these things, everyone. I don't think I've talked to anyone about this, ever, so I don't know. I hope you've enjoyed yet another video of me crying and being an emotional mess. Apologies that you can literally hear how snotty I am. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It feels weird asking for a thumbs up on this video, but whatever. Comment down below if you have ever experienced anything like this. If you're here from the future and your parents are splitting up and you're having to move out, or even if your parents aren't splitting up and you have to move out, comment below and I will try and help you out, because it's a really tough time and I don't think a lot of people can relate to it. So yes, subscribe if you want to see more videos of me being an absolute mess. And I will see you next time with another video. Goodbye.